Well, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres is calling for an investigation into the killing of 32 Palestinians near aid distribution sites on Sunday. He says, "I'm appalled by the reports of Palestinians killed and injured while seeking aid in Gaza yesterday. I call for an immediate and independent investigation into these events and for the perpetrators to be held accountable. Israel has clear obligations under international humanitarian law to agree to and to facilitate humanitarian aid. The unimpeded entry of assistance at scale to meet the enormous needs in Gaza must be restored immediately." Well, let's bring in Xavier Abu Eid. He's a political analyst and a former PLO advisor. He joins me now here in our Doha studio. Javier, I want to start by asking you for your reaction to what we've seen, these attacks over the last few days and the international response.
It's horrible. The international response has been just over the past 18 months. We don't have concrete actions that have been taken, and we should not take things out of context. The Israeli government has been very clear with regards to what their plan is about in Gaza. It is about ethnic cleansing, and we should not separate what's happening with this distribution aid via mercenaries from the overall project that the Israeli occupation is pushing in Gaza.
So the GHF is backed by the US and Israel. What do people think are the intentions of the organization then?
It's part of the same project. I mean, let's remember that Gaza is under Israeli occupation, and the international humanitarian law is the occupying power that should be in charge of this, not a group of mercenaries, regardless of who is supporting them. That's to start with. Now, if we are going to go deeper into the discussion, of course, people are not going to trust the same two parties that have been largely responsible for this ongoing genocide.
Yeah, well, I spoke to an UNRWA official earlier about all of this, who said when you feel like things can't get any worse, they seemingly do. And we've seen that over the last few days. What do you think it will take to shift the needle when it comes to international opinion that might actually make some kind of a difference? I mean, there has been a slight shift, especially we've seen that in Europe, but has that actually really changed anything?
I think there is a consensus that what's going on in Gaza, it's wrong, right? Let's start from there. And there's also a consensus that no one should replace the UN or international humanitarian law in its mechanisms. That's also part of the context. But there is also a consensus that no action has been taken. That's the key of the issue. We have a number of European countries that are saying very nice things now, 18 months into this genocide, without taking any concrete measures, and most importantly, it looks much more like buying time for Israel rather than anything else.
Well, we'll see what happens in terms of response in the coming days. Xavier Abu Eid, a political analyst and former PLO advisor, thank you so much for your time with us this NewsHour.
Thank you.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.